So folks, we are now on the market. We are live and we have our very first viewing booked. How exciting. But that feeling no one talks about. Let's jump straight into the video. So, in this relocation journey, I've talked about preparation, values, and getting our home ready for the market. But nothing prepared me for our very first viewing, which was booked. So yesterday, for the very first time, we left our home, not just to go out, not to go away for a weekend, but to let strangers walk around our home to see if they could imagine living here. Because this wasn't about staging or preparing anymore, this was kind of like the moment our house stopped being ours and it started just being a property. So let me set the scene before the viewing. Firstly, the house looked perfect again. We opened the windows to let in some fresh air. All the cushions were plumped. I decided to set the dining room table for dinner with candles, although I didn't like them. All the place settings, just to show an entertainment area. I thought that might be quite nice. So I used all my nice crockery, the tablecloth, so the dining room looked lovely. I did like candles, scented candles throughout the house. I left all my lamps on, pretty lighting in all the rooms. I took the dogs out and it was all quiet before the viewing. But what do you do with yourself? And do you do the viewings or do you allow your agent to do the viewings? Now in the past, when I've sold properties, I've done my own viewings. But since then, I've changed my mind on why I think it's important that the agent does the viewings for you. Because I felt that as you show people around your home, you may not get a true reflection of what they really feel. Because most people won't want to hurt your feelings and come across as that they love your property, and it's not a real true reflection of their thoughts and feelings. So on this particular house sale, we decided to let the agent walk the buyers around and let them have as much time as they wanted within each room and get a real feel for the property. And they're most likely to be upfront and open with the agent. So we took our dogs out over the park for a good walk, and we were out for an hour. But leaving the house for total strangers was actually quite hard. So you literally spend weeks and weeks preparing your home to go up for sale. But no one really talks about what it actually feels like when you leave your property for strangers to walk around your home. So let's talk about the practical routine before your viewing. The last minute flick through with a hoover and tidying up. Make sure your laundry basket's done, particularly if it's on show. We have a utility room, so I just tend to have the laundry basket on the floor, and as I'm folding clothes or ironing clothes, they're all left out. You know, it's a home, it's a house, it's what you do. But when you've got people walking around your rooms, you don't want your underwear and your smalls out on show. So get the laundry out of the way, put the laundry away, and get a nice clean space so they can visualise their own smalls. Another thing, remove all personal items. Don't leave any jewellery out on the side. Obviously, definitely don't leave any cash out on the side. I just left scones and I left them under a nice cake stand in my kitchen. And then obviously you've got to decide where you're going to go. It was easy for us. We took our dogs out, we removed the dog crate, we removed the dog beds, which we had washed, which you can hear my Frenchies now in the room. I keep getting them out of the room, but they keep coming back. So they're a part of the video today. The dogs loved it. We went out for a walk, but it's actually really stressful because you're carrying your phone with you. You keep checking your phone. You're wondering what they're thinking when they go from room to room, and you're wondering what sort of feedback they're giving to the agent. And are you just going to be out for 10 minutes because they turn up and straight away it's not for them? Or does it mean the longer they're there, the more promising the viewing might be? We were out for over an hour, so our prospective buyers were in our house for 1 hour, and we were kind of hopeful that that was an impressive length of time to spend looking around the property. But obviously, could we hit a home run on our very first viewing? Realistically, probably not, but inside, you're praying and you're hopeful. But the waiting's tough. But it really does mean it's when you start suddenly viewing your home as now property. There is a real mind shift. And let me know if you've experienced that. You know, are you on the market? Are you going through viewings? Did you do the same as me? Flick through with a hoover, plump up the cushions, set some nice scented candles? Did you lay the table? Please leave a note in the comment to share. We can all give each other tips. Or what do you feel about when you see a table displayed? Is it two-staged, or can you visualise having Christmas dinner around the table with your family, which is what I was trying to do? As I said earlier on in the video, I decided to allow the agents to do the viewing, and will continue to do that. I may look at if there's a second viewing, or maybe even a third. I don't know. It might be worth me being there if we're at that stage for real personal information. But I'll be guided by my agent on that. But tell me, what did you do? Did you stay for viewings? Did you let your agent do the viewings? And what are your personal opinions? Then there's the emotional moment when you drive away from your home. I was imagining them opening cupboards. I'd gone that far as when I was clutter clearing the whole house, I did do all my cupboards and all my drawers. And I did think, you know, when you're looking at around by yourself or with an agent, are you more content to open cupboards, to look at space? You know, we've got a lot of doors that look like they may lead to somewhere, but they are huge, big storage cupboards. And it's important to see where you would put things, isn't it? Your hoover and your ironing board and your cleaning products. Or I run a business from home, so I have a lot of stuff at home stored. So will they be opening the cupboards? Is it tidy? Do things fall out? That's when I started to feel like, it's now not really a home. There is that mind shift that now it's a property that you've put up for sale. That's when I had the shift in perspective. Preparation gets your house ready for selling, but your viewings get you ready to let go. One thing I didn't expect to feel when I came back into my home was how quiet the house felt when I walked in, and how you look at things so differently than from before. How quickly you start viewing your home in buyer's eyes. No one tells you that the first viewing isn't about selling your home. It's about starting to release it. Next, I'll share with you what happens after the viewing, when the feedback starts coming in and you begin how to understand how prospective buyers are viewing your home. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.